Welcome to Hanging at the Hangar Bar. I'm Scott.
I'm Candace.
I'm Lariah.
And I'm Lacey. Grab a drink and come hang with us at the Hangar Bar. Hey everyone, welcome back to Hanging at the Hangar Bar podcast. You have Lacey here.
And Lariah.
And it's just going to be us today. And we are going to be talking about all vegan and vegetarian eating at Disney World. Before we get into this episode, I do want to remind you all to go give us a follow at Hanging at the Hangar Bar on Instagram and interact with us there. All right, so all vegan and vegetarian. So obviously, we haven't been to every single restaurant in Disney World, but we do want to give our experiences of the places that we did eat and how easy it was to order vegan and vegetarian. I do want to start out with that Disney is very accommodating. So they have what is it called? An allergy menu.
Yeah.
And any kind of allergy like shellfish, peanut, gluten, dairy, all of that stuff. They have special menus for that, which is really nice. And the servers, for the most part, are pretty knowledgeable.
Oh, for sure.
And so any questions that you have over the menu, don't be afraid to ask.
No, if anything, they want you to, because, you know, they're trying to make your experience as magical as possible, and part of that is you eating the right dietary needs for you.
Right, exactly. So, it's okay to be that person. I was that person. Lariah was that person, asking about ingredients and things. So, don't be afraid to ask. So, what would you say was the best experience for you eating vegetarian? I know Lariah did not eat 100% vegetarian.
No, I was still eating chicken, and I still do eat fish, but I don't think I had any fish, but I did eat vegetarian as much as I could there, just because I just prefer vegetarian meals a lot. But for the best, I think I've said it before and I'll say it again. It was at Morimoto's. You're at a Iron Chef restaurant. You know, the staff is gonna be very knowledgeable on everybody's dietary needs, and it was just by far the most amazing thing while explaining vegan and vegetarian. Our waitress was phenomenal, and it was super unembarrassing because, you know, sometimes the waiter or waitress doesn't really know, or they have to go ask somebody, and then I don't know about everyone else, but I know I get a little embarrassed. But it was amazing. They were so knowledgeable and very helpful, and yeah, it's just...
Yeah, she was really good at Morimoto. That's one of the places that sticks out the most in my mind, was definitely Morimoto. It's a very nice restaurant, and I highly recommend going if you're vegan or not. But if you are vegan, they have great options. If you're vegetarian, they have great options. I had no issues ordering something vegan off of the menu, and that's one of my favorite places. I would go there again. And like you said, our waitress was amazing at letting us know what we were able to eat. So it made it really easy.
One place I do want to bring up, sorry if you were going to mention this because it was more your experience than mine, but I was very impressed when we went to California Grill.
Yeah.
Because I get the feeling that a lot of people think that vegans and vegetarians can't eat a whole lot, and like it's very limited and unappetizing and just basically vegetables, where that's not the case at all, especially at Disney. Like, they will make you a 5-star meal every time. And at California Grill, you'll have to, if you can even remember everything that you got, we could have honestly split this meal between all of us four, and we would have been so full. I was very impressed by your meal.
Yeah, I don't know if they do this now, because remember, we did take our last trip in September of 2019, and so I'm not sure if they're still doing this at California Grill or not, but what she's talking about is when you're ordering off of the vegan menu, you get 4, and I'm doing air quotes, small plates of different entrees, and you can, of course, get, like, 4 of the same thing if that's what you really want, but it's more of, like, I don't know what they call it, but it's supposed to be kind of like you get a little bit of everything. And so there is a ton of food. Like Lariah said, it's easily shareable. So if you are going and you're not on the dining plan, I highly recommend splitting the vegan part where you order 4 different, like, side dishes, because I wasn't even close to finishing mine when we were there. I know they switched some things around on the menu, but it was very easy. They had, like, a vegan part of the menu. Everything is labeled vegan, which I appreciate so much. That way, it's already labeled vegan. I know I can get it. So, yeah, I agree with you. I forgot about the whole...
Well, and correct me if I'm wrong, because all of our waiters and waitresses were sweet, and I will continuously talk them up. Mm-hmm. But the one at California Grill, I think she especially was excited about your meal.
Yeah.
And your options, and she kept talking them up. And because I remember you got lavender donuts, and she was like, oh, the lavender donuts. And she kept coming in and asking about Lacey's meal and her dessert, and yeah, she was really excited that Lacey ate vegan.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
Yeah, that was really funny. I forgot about that actually until you brought it up, but yeah, it's fun when they get excited about the food that you're eating and you're just like, yeah. So yeah, that experience was really good. Another great experience was when we went to the Tusker house. Mm-hmm. I've mentioned it before, but I told our server that I was vegan, and the chef actually, which, before I get into this, Tusker house is buffet. We're not a huge fan of buffets, but it's a character dining, so we wanted to do it mainly for the character dining. But since it is a buffet, the chef actually walked me around and pointed out what was vegan. So I knew. And then he said, come dessert time, he would bring me a plate of desserts. So there were a ton of vegan options. I wasn't even able to try all of them because there were so many. What I had was actually really, really good for a buffet. I'm not a fan of buffet foods, but this was really good. And then he brought over a little plate of all the vegan desserts that I could have. And it was just the cutest thing ever. And
yeah, she was treated like an actual princess.
Yeah.
There. And it was so funny and so stinking cute.
Yeah, the chef was so sweet. Yeah, that experience was really, really good. And then the other 2 I want to mention. So we went to 2 different restaurants that are family style, which is Ohana and
Living with the Land.
That's the ride.
Same thing.
Yeah.
They're connected. It's the same thing. Just kidding.
Yeah, it's like...
That's where your Garden Grill food comes from. So it's living at the Garden Grill.
Is it Garden Grill?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I always get it mixed up because I think there's a restaurant called Veggie Grill that's, like, really popular in California. I think it's a vegan restaurant.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
Cool.
But yeah, we went to Veggie Grill in Ohana, and I got my own, like, mini...
Garden Grill. You said Veggie Grill.
I said it? Oh, okay.
I think everybody knows what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's the one that rotates. It's like a carousel...
The Carousel of Gardens.
The Carousel of Gardens. Similar but different to Carousel of Progress. They both spin, not fast. Yeah, it's like family style. So when you're going there and you order vegan and you're like the only vegan, then you get a mini family style. So what I mean by that is they just bring out like a huge plate of like sausages and potatoes and eggs.
Mickey waffles. And that delicious, I think it was a garlic aioli sauce.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Delicious. Didn't you have, was that at Ohana or Garden Grill?
Garden Grill, I think. Because that was really good. But all of that, they make it vegan as well. So I was able to have vegan Mickey waffles, vegan sausages, potatoes. They didn't have the vegan egg yet, I don't think. I think they just started doing vegan eggs in the parks, like, I don't know, maybe a few months after we were there. Because I think they released this whole new thing like a month or so after our trip, where they said that every place that you go is going to have at least one certified vegan entree, I think.
I think you're right too.
Yeah. But the breakfast was delicious. I'm a huge breakfast person, so if you can do like vegan anything breakfast, I will eat it. Like the Mickey waffles are the best waffles ever because they're Mickey shaped.
Duh.
Yeah. So eating at those places were really, really easy. Yeah, I remember eating at Ohana, and the chef actually came out because when we booked our dining plan, we actually got, we asked for an allergy menu for me. I don't think that's completely necessary now, but just because I don't eat dairy and stuff, we thought it would be the easiest route to take for a menu that didn't have like dairy on it, and then I could just see that like whatever was meatless would obviously, unless it had egg, of course, but that was kind of our plan of action going through that. I don't think it's completely necessary. I think that now, especially now with that new thing that they released about having a vegan option everywhere, I don't think you need a special menu for that anymore, but I could be wrong. They change things so much.
Yeah. Well, even if you're unsure, like we said, don't be afraid to like think you're stupid or whatever by asking for like, can I get a dairy-free menu? Or just honestly just communicate with your waiter or waitress about it, and they'll be like, oh, well, actually, we have a dairy-free menu, so you'll be good to go and you can order anything. They'll just make it the most simplest experience ever.
Yeah, exactly. It's really easy ordering vegan, but can you think of any other places that we went to?
Well, I know our Skipper Canteen meal was delicious, and you even finished mine.
Yeah.
Because it was that good. It was like a pad thai, right, dish. It was huge, like ginormous. And then the veggie tacos at...
See, is that what I got at
I'm pretty sure we got the same thing, because honestly, I don't remember seeing a whole bunch of vegan and vegetarian options there, but for what we got, well worth it.
Oh, yeah. All I can remember from La Hacienda de San Angel, right?
I think so.
Stan and Helen's.
Yeah.
As you guys, if you've listened to us for a while, you would know that running joke. But, the beans. Remember? Oh, I wouldn't stop talking about the beans. They were so good.
You are like our mother.
Yeah, I know.
Our mother has an obsession with refried beans, and she's always looking for the best.
Yeah. Off
topic, but so now we all love their beans, and...
Yeah, they had really, really good beans. That's all. I don't even remember getting veggie tacos because the beans, like, stole the show for me. They were really... really good. Oh, and I think we got like chips and guac too, which you can never go wrong with guacamole.
No, not even.
So yeah, that was good. And then Skipper Canteen was delicious. That that's another great place where they had a lot of vegan options and it was hard to pick. That's why I finished your meal too, because I was like, I want to try it all. Like, it was so good. And not saying that I wasn't full after I finished mine. I just couldn't let that food go to waste.
Oh, no, I hated that. I just really... It was either that or throw up.
Oh.
From a full stomach.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get kicked out of the parks.
Yeah.
But
no, that wouldn't have been good.
No, like, do not feel, if you are vegan or vegetarian, do not feel like they will gyp you at all on food. Not at all.
Yeah, it's the same if you're not vegetarian.
Oh, yeah.
They give you a lot of food.
Any meal is times 1,000.
At the time, I'm not sure because I know that they get different recipes or different kinds of stuff. But at the time when we went, I do know that the Dole Whip was vegan. I think it still is vegan. I don't think...
Just depending on which one you get.
Right.
Because the pineapple Dole Whip is for sure vegan.
Yeah, that
but there's other ones that are not vegan. Like, I think the coconut one.
Yeah, I think...
Surprisingly.
Yeah.
Which is really weird to me, but...
Yeah, I think that's the only one that's not vegan, I think. Don't quote me on that. Definitely do your own research, but I know for a fact that the pineapple one is completely vegan if you just get the plain pineapple. And then the popcorn is made with like a synthetic butter. So if you really want popcorn while you're watching the fireworks and you're vegan, go ahead and get it. But definitely do your own research because like I said... Sometimes they like to change up recipes and all of that, so just double check. There's lots of different blogs and Instagrams. I know there's one called like Vegan Disney Food or Vegan Disney World, and they have like, there are people that go all the time and update you on what's vegan, so I highly recommend checking that kind of stuff out. That's what I did to kind of prepare, so I knew which snacks I could get. Pretty sure that the Mickey pretzels, if you just get a plain Mickey pretzel, that is vegan too.
So, what is one thing that you've seen that you want to try?
Oh, I was not prepared for this.
Vegan.
Well,
I know.
Oh,
I have it in my head.
I know what it is.
I just want you to say it.
The Ronto wrap. Yeah. And it's so weird because it's just a pita bread with like some sort of slaw on it and then grilled zucchini and then maybe a sauce. But it sounds so good. It's
just because it's in Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, and it's called a Ronto wrap. So I just want that. But yeah, I want to try that, and I really want to try the popcorn that's like sweet and spicy.
Yes.
I heard that's vegan, so also
green and blue milk are
yes
vegan.
Oh yeah, the green and blue milks from Galaxy's Edge, those are both plant-based milks and they are so good and refreshing. If you're like if you're like really hot and not in the mood for just water or pop, get the green and blue milk, and I think you can even get it spiked.
Yeah.
Which I want to try next time. So, and then LeFou's brew. I got that, but I think you have to order it without the foam.
If I remember correctly, they couldn't exactly just tell you it was vegan or dairy free. Like, they had to give you a ingredients list, and then you had to decide for yourself, and you were like, oh, okay, I can get it if I get it without this, and then they accommodated it to you.
Yeah, they couldn't disclose, they couldn't call it vegan or anything. I do remember that. They handed me the ingredients list, and I think I opted out. I said no to the cream on top. But it's still super refreshing because all it is like slushy apple juice. I think that's all it is, and it's really good. So,
one restaurant, and I know we've talked about it before, that it's just a restaurant where I don't think we would all go back to. It was just a one and done, because especially their vegan and vegetarian options, I could only find one thing, and I think you just had to get sides or something. It was at the Beast Castle for breakfast specifically. Yeah. Which what I got was really good. It's just not what I wanted, which is fine. But just, I don't know if their menu has been updated, but from 2019, it wasn't that impressive. So if you are vegan or vegetarian, maybe that would be one to skip
for breakfast,
unless they updated their menu
for
breakfast.
Check it out, because we didn't really look ahead to see, and I just remember asking about that, and it just seemed like that was the only time where it seemed like it was like they were making it way more complicated than it needed to be. And I ended up getting like frozen, they're not even Mickey waffles, like frozen Eggo waffles and fruit. And if the Beast Castle, we were on the dining plan, but it's not a cheap place to eat. No. So that was like the worst breakfast experience. However, the best, even though I loved Ohana and I loved Garden Grill, the best was at Kona, because that Tonga toast.
We never talk about Kona.
I know.
Ever.
Yeah. The Tonga. Is it Tonga? Yeah, Tonga.
Tonga toast.
The Tonga toast, they can make it so it's either vegan or vegetarian. So you can get it made either way. Oh my gosh. So it is French toast, but not even toast. It's like a freaking French loaf.
Oh my, I don't even know what it is, but please do yourself a favor and order it.
Oh my gosh.
Just,
it's also shareable. You could share, we could have shared that.
I don't think you could eat the syrup or some sauce that came with it though.
Well, I know it came with like a raspberry puree or like strawberry puree, but there's like a cream.
Yeah, there was one sauce that is not vegan, but she just didn't eat it.
No, I just had mine with syrup, I think. I think there's a cream sauce that you can put on it, but I just had it with syrup, and it was so freaking good.
We should make that a tradition. From now on, every time we go to Disney, we should start our first day there with Tonga toast. Because that was an incredible breakfast.
I don't know if they serve it at Ohana, but I do know that they also serve it at Captain Cook's.
Is that in the Contemporary?
No, all of it is at the Polynesian. Captain Cook's, when we went outside to just like look around, and there were some like tables out there with umbrellas. You probably don't remember.
I can't remember.
Well, Captain Cook's is like a quick service. So you just go up to the window.
Yes, yes. Because that was like by our walk at Trader Sam's.
Yes.
Which also has vegan options, by the way.
We had some veggie sushi, which was really good. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's with people with special diets, it's really simple at Disney. They make it just so easy for everybody at Disney, and all you have to do is ask. Yeah. And they'll be able to tell you. So, like, don't be embarrassed or shy or afraid to eat what you want to eat at Disney.
Exactly.
That's the whole point, is they just make it really simple and easy.
Yeah.
And inclusive.
Yes. Yep. They're very good about that. So I hope that we helped anybody who was interested or curious about their vegan and vegetarian options. I've been vegan for almost 5 years now, so I've been doing this for a while, and I can say that eating vegan at Disney was the easiest thing ever, and I felt completely comfortable. Yeah, thank you. So yeah, I think that is it for this episode. If you want any more information on vegan stuff, or if you want me to, if you want us to give you recommendations for blogs or Instagrammers that are like really knowledgeable in the vegan Disney world, let us know and we can definitely point you in the right direction. Just because since we live in Nebraska, we don't go to Disney that much. So we're not up to date on all of like the new vegan options. So we can definitely hook you up with some people who would know. Just let us know. And thanks for listening. I can't remember what episode we're on. Is this like 11, 12? I don't even, something
I think it's
like
like
that.
12 or something.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But thanks for listening, and we hope you have a really good rest of your day.